What's going on, guys? Miles here. Welcome back to the Navizio Studios channel, and welcome back to this brand new episode of Media Mondays.
I wanna run away.
So, first up for our first story here on this beautiful Monday, I wanted to talk about something that we have going on right now, my production company and I, Navizio Studios. We've been doing so much. We just had our premiere of Six Figures, our latest short/feature film. We premiered it, and what an incredible night that was. An incredible experience. Went off without a hitch. I cannot say enough good things about that night. It was incredible. You know, we relished in our victory on that night, but now we are, business as usual, going full force into a new project called Heart Crush. It's an 8-part series instead of one big giant all-in-one film. It's going to be an 8-part series. Pretty exciting. We want to take the production level all the way up, and I'm really excited about it. It's our summer project. Same crew as always, my boys, but we have a brand new cast that is pretty exciting. They seem to be pretty awesome so far, and it's just a pretty exciting thing. So, with that being said, definitely make sure you stay tuned to the Navizio Studios channel this fall, and really every day, but definitely this fall, to start seeing these Heart Crush episodes come out. I'm pretty excited for it. So now let's talk about our actual first story of this Media Mondays. Here we've got DJI coming out with a new action camera. Not a drone, not a gimbal, not a camera on a gimbal on a drone. It's just a camera. And DJI is calling it the DJI OSMO Action. Now, this is something, obviously, if you are familiar with GoPro at all, I would hope you would be. GoPro, obviously, industry leader in action cameras. The word GoPro is pretty much synonymous with action cameras. When you think about an action camera, you're thinking about a GoPro. But DJI has come out with a camera model that is quite literally almost an exact copy of the GoPro Hero 7. There's some interesting new features that I think are cool in terms of the imaging, processing, yada yada. We'll get into all of that, but I will say 95% of what this camera is basically a rebranded GoPro Hero 7. Pretty standard these days. We've got UHD up to 60p. We've got 1080 up to 240p, which is cool, but We've got a 145-degree angle of view and an f2.8 lens. Electronic image stabilization. That lens is an f2.8 lens with 3 aspherical elements in the lens to reduce distortion. There's a new wide dynamic range feature called D-Cine-like. This is kind of like a pseudo LUT, if you will, if you are familiar with LUTs, but not really. It's really just the camera processing the image to sort of even out the shadow detail a little bit and to boost those shadows a little bit, to give sort of the appearance of a more raw, a more flat picture profile, so that your footage is a little more easily gradable. Is it 100% what a LUT should be? No. Is it what I would be used to on a camera like this? Absolutely not. If you're looking to grade your GoPro footage, which I don't really know anybody that would want to sit there and grade action camera footage, but if you are, then you can do that with this new wide dynamic range feature on the DJI Osmo Action. Once again, we have electronic image stabilization on this camera, just like the GoPros. This is nothing like revolutionary. However, it's pretty standard these days, and it's very helpful and useful in some situations if you're not using this camera on a gimbal. However, the one gripe that I would have with this is that when the image stabilization is turned on, your video is going to be cropped 18 to 22%. That is ridiculous. that is not okay. It would be very interesting to see what the end result would be. I don't think that it would be all that pleasing. There was no new features that really stood out to me as something groundbreaking and revolutionary about this camera. GoPro is doing all of the same things that this new DJI camera is doing. They even look almost exactly the same, except for one thing. The DJI Osmo Action now features a front-facing screen. For vloggers, I would think for vloggers, I don't really know anybody that would. The thing is though, I think it's cool. I think I've never personally seen an action camera with a front-facing screen like that. However, and I can imagine that obviously DJI is wanting to market this camera towards vloggers. No serious vlogger is going to vlog with an action camera unless they're on vacation, maybe take the camera, in the ocean or whatever. You're not vlogging with this camera. Nobody's vlogging full-time with this camera. So did DJI waste their time making this camera? Could they maybe have put their efforts into new drone technology? Other things, like DJI, there's so many things that they do right and that they do amazingly. The Ronin 2, one of the most respected, highly regarded, heavier camera gimbals on the market today. You're using your Ariel XM Mini, all of your Reds. It's extremely popular for that stuff, but I don't know what DJI was thinking when they were thinking up this camera. I think that they could have done a much better job, and basically they just copied GoPro on pretty much almost everything. For me, when it comes to this new DJI product, it's really just kind of same old action cameras. Next. So this third story that I'm going to talk about here on this Media Mondays is actually something pretty exciting and something that's very refreshing. It's a short film by the cinematographer by the name of Dom West, who is a cinematographer and director out in Sydney, Australia. He's based in Sydney. And he made a short film that he came out recently called Blue. And I found the film to be very refreshing in the ideals that are talked about. I will actually leave a link down to it below so that you can check it out for yourself. I think it's something that we need more of. So basically, this short film is based around an inline skater in particular. Inline skating in general, but one inline skater in particular. And this is what the whole short film is based off of. So this film follows one inline skater in particular by the name of Joe Atkinson, based also in Sydney. And the film is really meant to showcase the art and the sport of inline skating, and to really show, because it's not something that really gets like a lot of attention in the mainstream media these days. And it's something that takes Dom West actually referenced it as a very deep meditative space that you have to be in, and the laser focus to be able to do this sport successfully. And that is really what Dom wanted to showcase. He wanted to showcase the artistic qualities and the extreme meditative state that it takes to pull off doing a sport like this. And what I found so refreshing is that the film is not some big, flashy, humongous budget, heavily sponsored, commercialized thing. It's not that at all. It's this guy, Dom West, doing a passion project, making some beautiful imagery about a beautiful story, about this guy who has a passion, and I think that is so incredibly important. This was just one big passion project for really both of them, and it's that collaborative process that is so important. And I really must say that Joe Atkinson, through watching this film, it's incredible the amount of determination and the bravery and the skill that it takes for him to do what he does every day. In the film, seeing him do the tricks that he does, I had to pause I had to pause and rewatch it so many different times at so many different moments in the film, because I'm just like, wow, like how does somebody have the bravery and to do the things that he does? It's incredible what we can do when we put our minds to something. And there are certain shots sprinkled throughout the film that really show the look in his eyes, the determination that he has for what he does. And you can see in his eyes alone just the laser focus and the passion that he has for what he does. And I think that that's an incredible thing. And we can all learn from that, you know? We can all learn from that if you have something that you want to do, be fearless and sprint towards whatever that goal is, whatever that end goal is. Just go for it. And that's exactly what Dom West and Joe Atkinson did, and they did an amazing job with it. I'll probably watch it again after filming this, just because it's so beautifully done. And that is going to do it for this episode of Media Mondays. I hope that you enjoyed just as much as I enjoyed making it. Definitely do not forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the Navizio Studios channel for all of my future videos here, and for all of the future videos of my peers. Please show them some support. They are my boys, and they are determined as all heck to succeed here with me on this channel. So with all of that being said, I hope that you enjoyed, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.